This is the Hunt Quietly podcast. I'm Matt Ranella.
Do you have your own computer?
There's my ugly mug. Yeah, it's a little easier on her workstation. So,
I just killed a cat.
oh, congratulations! I think.
Yeah, I keep a live trap next to my cat's food bowl out in the barn. I got a barn cat. And once in a while, her food starts disappearing more rapidly than she can account for. So then I'll
some other cat sneaking in on it.
Yeah, and then I'll set the trap and catch it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've probably caught and killed 15 cats in the last 5 years, 20 maybe. And every one of them is a stinky freaking 15, 20 pound giant tomcat.
It's funny because
wild as shit.
Yeah, I have a friend who he actually lives close to one of the areas I hunt, but he is constantly dealing with feral cats, like constantly. And there is one that he's like at an all-out war with right now.
He can't catch it?
He cannot catch it. Like, he's got it on cameras, dodging snares, and
trap shy cat.
It's a trap shy cat. Like he found a point where it goes between a shop and a Connex container and put a snare there, among other places. And it like looked at the snares like, nah, went around it.
Must have escaped the trap.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. But there's in Boise, there's a Humane Society, I think, like trap neuter release program. And I swear, like, if you drew an X on the map of where they drop cats, it's got to be like a half mile from his house or something. It's crazy. And they kill game birds, you know?
3 billion a year, according to the article I read in National Geographic.
Yeah. So props to my friends who are responsible cat owners.
Yeah. I feel bad about having even one. Although I don't think she's a very good mouser. I won't get another one. She's incredibly trap shot. Because just think about it. Like, I set the trap right next to her food.
She's seen it go down with other cats.
Early on when I started doing this 5, 6, 7 years ago, I trapped her, and then she's never gone there again.
Yeah,
they're lasting impression.
They're smart. Holy smokes.
Man, those cats are powerful.
Yeah.
Would you get one of them in the live trap? I pick up the live trap.
Yeah.
Take it outside of the barn, set it down, go in and get my 22. And when I'm carrying that thing out of the barn, the power, the teeth, and the claws, like, they are like a gymnast in that freaking trap. Like,
dude, yeah.
You would need serious medical attention if you put your hand in there.
You would not believe it. There are more people. I don't know if this fact or I think the numbers are pretty close on hospital admissions for cat and dog bites. It might even be more for cats.
Cat bites?
Because any like significant cat bite that punctures, like, it turns into cellulitis. And if you don't treat it with antibiotics, it gets bad. But like the sickest, I've seen a couple bad dog bites, but like some really sick people from cat bites.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and scratches. So the song "Cat Scratch."
What's cellulitis?
A skin infection.
Oh, okay. That's just a general syndrome.
Yeah, right. It could be Staph aureus or, any number of bacteria. That, be a pretty common one, or MRSA or
Yeah, there's just a lot of sharp shit on a cat.
yeah. Yeah, they're mean. I'm not too crazy about them, but I do have friends they're good house cat owners, and they've got these cats that are like dogs. And
Yeah, I've lived
oh
with some cats, like
yeah,
girlfriends that have had cats, and in every case, I've fallen in love with them.
yeah,
Like I can't live in a house with a cat without falling in love with it.
right. We couldn't have one. My dog would eat it. So
If I could have one that w- went along with me like a dog, I would do
right.
that. I'd get that.
That goes elk hunting with you, like
Yeah,
Shifty.
just kind of hikes along with you. I wonder why they don't do that.
uh,
I read this
I
article once that it was these researchers were trying to figure out why a cat has anything to do with a person.
right,
Because in nature, they're completely solitary.
right.
And it seems to be some kind of bastardization of their parenting instincts.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when they bring you you know how a cat will bring you a half dead rat or mouse or
Yeah.
bird and play with it in front of you? They figure that's the cat. It thinks of you as its offspring and it's trying to teach you to hunt. So it's really the only way it has of interacting with you is as kind of as
Right.
if you were its kid, you know.
I don't need anyone to teach me how to hunt.
I do.
Actually, maybe I do. Yeah. I struggle with bow hunting elk.
In addition to cats having sharp shit on them, catfish have sharp shit on them.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, you didn't know that? Or you
I've
saying
caught a few. I think I remember. Are their dorsal fins sharp too?
the dorsal fin and the pectoral fins there's one sharp spine on each of them.
Yeah, I never we caught some I don't know 15-inch catfish. It just I felt like it was too redneck. And of course, when I was doing it, like we were fishing right beneath a dam, with the lights on, and
Too redneck for what?
for me,
Oh, Phil, you're gonna hear your elitist comments again on this podcast, like you did on the
yeah,
last one.
bring it on. I should just make that a badge.
Juanita and I went out catfishing the weekend before last, and she does not cotton live fish going into the cooler. They got to be graveyard dead.
Oh yeah, okay.
Uh, and those things, they're more hardy than bluegills and perch. They just stay alive.
Oh, I think the only time I catfished, I was in high school, so I can't recall exactly the circumstances, but I think we thought the catfish was dead. My friend brought it home, and it starts flopping around, and he released it in his subdivision pond. And the joke is that that thing's still alive,
Oh,
but like in air, made it an hour and some back.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, there's those ones that in Africa, I think they're in Africa where when the pond dries up, they can just bury themselves in the mud
yeah, in the mud.
and then they can crawl over to the next pond.
That's wild.
I caught some catfish when I was in Kenya, and I asked those dudes, and the dudes I was with, and they said that those were the catfish I caught could do that. I don't know if
Oh,
they
no
were,
kidding.
I don't know if they were right about that or
Sure,
not.
sure,
They told me I heard a little bit. They were mostly knowledgeable, but I heard some bullshit from them.
sure. There's a shrimp indigenous to a really small geographic area here in Idaho that
A
lives in these
freshwater
arid
shrimp.
freshwater shrimp. It lives in these arid lake beds, and they might turn into a a lake, like a 3 or 4 inch deep lake in the spring for a month or two, and the shrimp just go ape shit. And then they just burrow and
go dormant the rest.
They go dormant. Yeah. I don't know if it starts the breeding cycle or what, but it's just a fascinating thing. From my understanding, talking to the biologist in that area, they've tried to a certain extent not to make too much, like they have a fence around it, but not make too much of the presence known, because he's like, all it takes is some idiots with 4-wheelers driving out there, and like, who knows, they could just be toast.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
why would people knowing that there's shrimp there increase the probability of that?
It's Idaho, man. People
So
want
they'd
to
be
ride
like,
everywhere.
well, I wouldn't drive out there, but there's an endangered shrimp, so I'm gonna go smush it.
Yeah, man, it's Idaho.
Really? That's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, they've had like so I don't want to give too many details, just in the spirit of like even where this is, but they have like certain like native artifacts, and they intentionally won't put them on maps because they've
I
been
can see that.
based in the
Yeah.
past, which is just like I I don't get it, but yeah, people just it might be like a rock pile of some sort, but yeah, people deface that sort of stuff all the time. So
Yeah. It's just hard to imagine the mindset that would be like, I wouldn't go four-wheeling out there, but I'm told there's a cryptic organism under the soil that I can run over. And whereas
right,
I won't see it,
right.
you
I don't
know.
know. Why do people shoot street signs, or road
Yeah.
signs?
So anyway, I was out catfishing with Juanita. Oh, look at that.
You want to say hi, Lou, to my
Hi,
friend
Lou.
Matt?
How you doing? My name's Matt. You brought your dad a sandwich? Is that what that is? Man, lucky Phil.
Yeah, I've been. Thank you.
Last time I talked to your dad over, or your what do you call yourself? Stepdad?
Uh,
What do you call yourself?
I'm Phil. Yeah.
Phil. Last time I talked to Phil on the Zoom, he was eating milk duds.
Yeah, I was. This is an upgrade.
So we were out catfishing, and she has this insistence on them going into the cooler dead, and I forgot a knife. I didn't have any kind of a preacher. You ever call it? You call it that? Preacher? A little wooden bat.
Yeah. Bump.
Yeah. Give
You have a Bible to hit him on the head with?
Give him the wood shampoo, you know. So I flopped this catfish on the deck of the boat, pick up my right foot, and stomp the catfish. And the catfish squirts out from under my foot at a rapid pace, and its spine impales my left foot.
Oh, fuck. Ow.
And then I thought, what are the chances of that? And then 10 minutes later, I discovered that the chances were pretty good, because I did the same thing with the exact same result.
Oh,
And it hurt like a mole. I still don't. I'm still trying to figure. I think I talked about this on my last podcast episode. I need to figure out if those things have poison.
I would. I mean, I would suspect. I know what you mean. When you get stung by one of those dorsal fin barbs, like it leaves some sort of residue that's more than just unpleasant.
Yeah, we should wrap this up, because I'm remembering that I've already covered this topic. But I just for your edification, I do know for a fact that rockfish have a venom in their spines.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, you go on a pain odyssey when you get a rockfish spine, like up at our cabin,
Uh-huh.
and then you just got to take a pain break. There's nothing you can do until
Damn.
um, and then what's even worse than that is a lionfish, which is a kind of rockfish. You know those
Okay.
lionfish are invasive. They're in the Caribbean.
I think I might have read about it, but I'm dude, I'm an
They're,
inlander, man. I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
dumb
yeah,
about the ocean.
yeah. No, I wouldn't know about them if I didn't go to the Bahamas once in a while.
Yeah.
The asparagus is up here.
Like wild asparagus?
Hmm.
No kidding.
Yeah. Juanita and I went out and looked and didn't find any. And then 7 days later, I went back to the exact same spot, and there were some stalks that were 2 feet tall.
Oh my gosh. Just
Just that
blew up.
quick. Yeah.
Dang.
You don't have wild asparagus there?
We might.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never picked it growing up, but
Right.
then but now that I live here, it's something people do. And I went home to see my mom early last summer, and it was too mature, but there were stalks all over in the ditches. And I was like, fuck, it was probably here the whole time I was growing up.
So should we put this on blast so people quit hunting and we
There's already wild food, like
I know.
foraging Instagram in like, yeah, in foraging influencers. I'm sure there's an asparagus influencer.
Or yeah. It's sad. Apparently it's happened with the morel picking thing.
Oh yeah.
My brothers invited me and said like, yeah, this Facebook group. I'm like, dude, if it's on a Facebook group, like I'm I'm out. I'm sorry, but what I just don't like people are like, check out all these morels I found at this, drop a pin and it becomes like this rat race. I mean, at least in some ways, like they're morels, some guy you can just you can just pick morels 50 yards away, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah, but if somebody goes through an area ahead of you, it's not going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
nearly as good a picking.
I I don't get why they do it. It's weird, but now there's apps where people share their fishing results. As
In the hell would do that? Like, what in, I mean, that is some serious all altruism.
Yeah, you must get likes or something for sharing, you know? There's got to be
I
some sort
guess.
of dopamine reward, right?
I guess. Like,
But
it just, I can't imagine. I mean, I would have to, I don't know. Yeah, like, you must really crave internet fame if you're saying where you caught fish.
I know. It almost makes me think like you're kind of lonely. So you're
Yeah.
making noise to like as many people as possible. I mean, I guess that's what the whole social media thing is, but
I just somebody sent me an article from Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife a few days ago. Two Hood Canal beaches closing May 3rd for recreational shellfish gathering. And it says here, uh, WDFW, Washington, I guess it's Washington Department of Fish and Game, biologists and wildlife police repeatedly observed hundreds of shellfish fish gatherers at these beaches during recent low tides, many of them apparently directed to the area by social media groups. The unexpected high level of harvest effort raised conservation concerns about impacts to shellfish populations and the sustainability of future opportunities. Additionally, WDFW staff observed many clam gatherers exceeding daily limits and not filling the holes left by their digging. Shellfish harvesters are required to fill clam dig holes, which prevents smothering, parenthetically, and wasting, nearby shellfish under sand piles. Unsafe or illegal parking and misidentification of clam species were also reported as concerns. Man, this person can write,
Yeah.
that
It's
was
a
like,
lot packed into a short.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. This person values economy of words.
Yeah. That's a
Maybe it was
skill that I always try to develop in my writing.
the author isn't, listen, maybe it's AI.
Oh, it's AI. There you go. Fake news.
So yeah, another example of what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, you don't have to make that shit up.
I went out and looked for morels twice now and I haven't found any. And then, I got to look at my phone and I looked through and found the date where I found them last year.
Yeah.
And it was 2 weeks from now. And I remember
Okay.
being blown away because I thought it was too hot and dry. And I go out for one last Hail Mary look
Right.
and found some. It got me
Right.
thinking there's these 3 weather stations at the lab where I work on the property. It's this 55,000 acre ranch.
Yeah.
And all those weather stations upload soil temperature from various depths, water content from various depths, precipitation, air temperature, relative humidity, and a bunch of other variables
Yep.
to a website that anybody can go to. And I was thinking I should get on there and see what the the soil temp and the water volumetric water content was on May 23rd of last year
Yeah, and plot it. Yeah.
and see if be like, oh, it's still too cold, or
Yeah.
no, it's just as warm. They're just not coming, whatever.
Right. Right.
I hate talking about dates on this podcast because then people realize I put these freaking episodes out way after I record them.
I don't know. What it feels like it wasn't that long ago we recorded the last one and it's out.
Yeah, I should really not get ahead so much.
No, it's great. I mean, it's great to have a backlog. I mean, this
Yeah,
isn't time sensitive, it's not breaking news.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
But
What else do I have it written down here that I wanted to tell you about? Oh, my dog keeps shitting and pissing in the yard in my house.
oh, Shifty? Is she getting old?
No, yeah, but that's not it. Uh,
Mad?
no, it's so about once or twice a year she gets extremely low. Like her natural disposition is the big old smile
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's joint pain. Like she'll be playing too hard with another dog or something. And uh, this time it got bad enough that I put her on steroids.
Yeah.
And then she started shitting and pissing in the house. And then something
Yeah.
made me look into it day before yesterday. I just typed, do steroids make your dog poop in the house? And it pops right up. It's because
Yeah, and it can
they
go
eat
kind of
more. They eat more and drink more.
yeah, and they can go psychotic too.
Oh, roid rage?
Yeah.
Your dog get roid rage? I know that when I've done prednisone tapers and they tell you that's one of the side effects is the anger.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. They do weird things. And with canines too. We had a golden retriever when I was growing up, and that poor dog was allergic to everything. And she was like chronically on prednisone. And
Oh,
not truly chronically, but it was I swear it was she was on as much as she was off. And she would just get nutty and just
mm.
like run wild and escape, and this is like the loyalest dog ever.
Oh, wow. Just a total
Yeah.
personality shift.
Yeah. Yeah. It was quite strange, but Anyways, did you watch anything about Stanford prison experiment?
Yeah, but the first thing I pulled up was talking about how it was kind of baked. Like the first video I watched said, okay, would you just tell the people what that is about, what the experiment was?
It was I guess like a social experiment setting up a mock prison at Stanford University. And I think the goal, was to study human behavior, and there were assigned roles of guards and inmates.
There was like 12 guards and 12 inmates, I think.
Yeah, maybe something like that. And it kind of got out of control in that the guards were mistreating the other participants who were the inmates.
As early as day 2.
Yeah, right. But what's this about it being baked? I mean, this is
Well,
like,
not entirely baked, but this thing I was watching said that there was an insinuation on repeated occasions by the experimenters that the guards were expected to be kind of brutal and strict.
yeah, I want to recall that they got, orders kind of like turning the dial to electrocute somebody.
Yeah.
But
So it's not just a matter of, okay, you're in charge, you're a prisoner, and then they start being dicks,
right. No, it was definitely, yeah, I think there was some guidance, like,
Yeah, this documentary that I started watching, these two dudes that I think one of them is a researcher,
okay.
mental health researcher. They were talking about what it would take to do a better version of it that was more convincing.
Huh, interesting.
Have you watched Conclave?
No.
You know that movie?
No.
Oh, so you know the Pope just died, right?
I do, after shaking hands with JD Vance.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, so they're about to have a conclave. That's where they elect a new pope.
Right. Yep.
And there's a movie, and serendipitously, there's a movie out about the conclave process.
Oh, I would love that. I wrote it down.
Well, I mean, it's not like a documentary, but it does.
Right.
But it is. I guess it is accurate. It follows what
Right.
really goes on. But man, what a film! It was the first time like I totally forgot about everything, like suspended all my concerns.
Yeah.
In a long time. It's super good. Except for the very, very end, they pull a cheesy kind
Sure.
of they pull a what would you say kind of a DEI move.
Happy ending.
A DEI woke kind of move right at the
A
end.
DEI happy ending.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh,
and in hunting news.
yeah.
I see you're on Instagram.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Phil?
Dude, right? You see all my my dead animal pictures on there?
No, I haven't looked at your account.
No, I really, and I'm not very good at it, but I'm busy, so that's good. But really, I'm using it for my carpentry business. After prodding from others, and I always, I typically have good business, but and I do carpentry, which could go from rough framing to finished carpentry, like trim work.
Are you trying to drum up fucking business on the Hunt Quietly podcast?
Yeah. No. But
Hunt Quietly is, and we don't do commerce on here, Phil.
Yeah. Well, you can edit this out.
And I don't edit. That's another thing.
Yeah, I'm
You know
so
why I don't edit? Because I don't want to go through it.
it's too
What?
much work.
It's too much work. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, anyways, I've been using it to advertise. Haven't had much success. And my thought is like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And if it doesn't go anywhere, then like I'm ditching it. Cause
Because you're just finishing up a huge project that was taking a lot of your time, right?
we've got 3 days. Basically, we have to go paint a little bit. But yeah, we've got 3 days. We put a bow on that project.
Are
And
you scrambling for your next thing or?
no, I'm in the middle of something right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Hey,
that's
hold
good.
on. Give me 10 seconds. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
go ahead.
Oh, yeah. It gave you time to get a bite of your sandwich. What kind of sandwich is that?
Right. Oh man, this is a lovely sandwich. It's
It's
got
super fat.
salami, turkey, pickles, spinach, mustard. I've been framing all day, which is a young man's game.
Which is good because you're a young man.
Yeah, yeah.
What
No,
are you, 38?
No, I'll turn 37 here in
Oh,
like
okay,
2 weeks.
sorry.
So
I wasn't basing that on your appearance. It was just, I don't know where I got that number.
I know I'm young and beautiful, but
Um, in hunting news, you didn't look at our Instagram today, did you?
no.
So let me begin by saying this. I think that things would go, I think the hunting's going to shit. That's why we do what we do.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. And then I think if organizations and people were just transparent and honest, that would help matters.
Oh, is this a BHA thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
did
you
see it.
saw this.
Yep.
So, uh, BHA, just I'll lay this out for the listener. They put out this article, and the title of the article is Oregon chapter donates $30,000 in support of backcountry access. And then if you dig into it, what you find is that Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife gave the Nature Conservancy a hunting license that they could then raffle off to raise money to do conservation work. So the Nature Conservancy enlists BHA to sell raffle tickets for them. And they sell $37,500 worth of raffle tickets. BHA takes $7,500 of that money for helping sell the tickets. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
volunteers.
the rest goes to the Nature Conservancy. So, and then BHA calls it them donating $30,000. It's so like selling raffle tickets and generating revenue for your organization is not donating money.
My God. That's so funny.
And that pissed me off so bad that I got this email from Onyx yesterday that that it's called their impact report. They put out an annual impact.
Oh, I thought they were going to threaten you with a defamation suit or something.
Somebody's going to at one at some point. But I'm pretty careful, man. Like everything I say is pretty much true.
Right.
Sometimes I do have to read between the lines a little bit, and that makes me
Sure.
nervous, you know. but I like to put in the wiggle words, like it
Yeah.
appears and allegedly, you know, things like that. But statements like that. But they have these eye-poppingly huge estimates of or figures in their report about the number of acres they open to public access in perpetuity and enrolled in state access programs and all this. And they state it all as if they are solely responsible for it. And there's just zero details about where these places are, what their role was, so I sent them an email asking them a bunch of questions. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, I'm sure BHA will take credit for those same acres too.
yeah, sure, oh, yeah, yeah. And if I were to um if I was to write my report, like if I wanted to, I could just go and give $5 to this cause, $5 to this cause, $3 to this cause, and then I could write my impact report and say the same thing they do.
Yeah.
Right?
What if you got $7,500? Could you then say you contributed?
Yeah, right. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that even the nonprofits and the profit seeking companies, when it comes to this, like doing outreach about what they do to give back, they are so fucking full of shit.
Yeah.
And it bothers me. I think that there's problems with that, especially with the nonprofits. If you're looking around trying to figure out who you're going to give money to, that's a good thing to base your decision on, is it not? Like what they do with the money. And if they are
How have they
lying to you
bettered
about what they do, then
your tradition? Yeah.
man, I would encourage everybody out there, if you can find a way to give back to conservation and access or whatever that doesn't involve these orgs, I don't know, just do it that way.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much nonsense. I don't trust them, man. I have a deep level of distrust for these organizations.
Yeah.
Everybody comes back with me, but yeah, but they do a lot of good. Okay, great. If they take half the money and do something good and pilfer the rest, am I supposed to be excited about that?
Right. I know when I was on the board with BHA, there was a discussion of what we do with the funds we had. And I was told many times that BHA is not in the business of acquiring land.
Right, which that's fine.
Like as a
I
policy.
mean, RMEF is supposed to do that, but instead they just make hunting videos.
Right. Yeah, they'll buy land for influencers to hunt on and
Yeah, right.
get more members.
I don't know if they do that. Let's just be a little bit clear. I don't know if they'll lease land, de facto
Right.
lease land for hunting
Right.
influencers. But yeah, I want to be accurate as best as you can.
Sure.
But
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
They definitely spend a shit pile of money making hunting entertainment. As if there's not a zillion. Like if you started watching every elk hunting video on YouTube now, you wouldn't be done by the time you died.
Yeah.
And then RMEF has to make more of them with your donor dollars.
Yeah.
Yet another reason why I am incredibly suspicious of these organizations, not to mention their CEO makes $438,000 a year, I think.
Right. Speaking of
I could do that
Phil,
job in my fucking sleep.
right. Speaking of Phil getting on social media, I found old friends and acquaintances, and I know a guy through other acquaintances like that. He got a sheep tag, and I was excited for him, And of
He
course, I'm
drew a
scrolling.
sheep tag.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was scrolling through the the feed or whatever and saw his thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, good grief. Like some film crew found out he had a sheep tag and had to film the whole fucking hunt.
Well, he let him.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But it's just so sad. Like it's just come to that where it's like that's a joke between me and one of my buddies who's been putting in for a sheep tag. I was like, dude, you're gonna have guys paying you to film your hunt when you draw this thing.
Oh, I could not be paid enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my soul, I guess, has too high of a price.
I wonder what they paid him.
I don't know if they paid him. I mean,
Oh, he just had strangers along with a camera on his lawn.
I honestly I don't know any of the details.
That'd
I
be miserable.
I saw it for about 4 seconds and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
I get
just
that.
next, like, yeah.
Yeah. So this episode's supposed to be a continuation of our previous discussion.
Yeah.
So you have some more talking points.
I've got more derogatory, elitist, and insulting things to say.
We keep saying this because Bill, despite any counsel I would have given him had he asked, went and looked at the comments on. We have a Reddit page that a reoccurring guest on the podcast runs, Adam Miller. Thank you, Adam, for everything you do. And um and you went and looked at the comments on there. I've never been on
Yeah.
our Reddit. Never.
What's that?
I've never been on our Reddit.
Oh, yeah. I checked out. Look, my feelings aren't hurt.
No, I know.
And if
If they are, you need to work on developing rhino skin because it's
right,
just part and parcel of saying
right.
anything in public.
Clearly somebody's feelings are hurt. Uh it was funny, I think he rambled on something about like as if I was endorsing the FBI's behavior with Randy Weaver too.
Oh my!
Like I'm like, dude, I'll mention
on.
Randy Weaver for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
And which for the record, I don't.
It shows that some people are listening, which is kind of flattering.
Yeah, no. Anyways, and apparently I think on Apple Podcasts it was marked explicit. I'm not surprised.
Oh, I've been swearing a lot tonight. I noticed.
Yeah, I'm sure this will get marked explicit. So,
They must just must do some kind of voice recognition or like word recognition software, AI freaking deal to figure out if you throw it
yeah,
an F-bomb or whatever.
or some Karen, report flags it.
Okay.
It's like a lot of my music choices. If it doesn't say explicit, then I'm not game.
Yeah. Especially if it's hip hop. Who wants to listen to who wants to listen to clean comedy or clean hip hop?
Yeah. Oh, no kidding. But yeah, I mean, last time, well, I kind of just told you some anecdotes about big game hunting, and I thought I might discuss the nature of waterfowl hunting, see where it goes.
Okay.
But I mean, I think I mentioned some of the things about loss of access, huge losses in access
In your
uh,
part of the world.
in
in
our part of
Idaho.
the world. Yeah. And just a major loss in waterfowl hunting opportunity. And it's been twofold. Some of it is outside of our control as a hunting community. And then another part of it is absolutely within our control. One factor being just plain habitat loss from development, or habitat, encroachment of houses on huntable areas.
And this is you're talking generally about the Boise area, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, draw a big circle, right? I mean,
Okay.
I used to, I used to put in a lot of hours with scouting and, um, you know, I had a pretty significant range, but also, on the private side of things, good relationships with landowners. Um, it's amazing. We did help out a few times with work projects with landowners.
When you
But
were with BHA?
no, just like me and my brother hunting waterfowl on private land.
Oh,
What
okay.
what was remarkable is how often our offers were turned down. I don't know, maybe they just thought we were idiots, but they're nice enough to trust us in their fields, with cows and
Hmm.
shotgun. So it but it was just unbelievable how I thought it was willing landowners were to just open up their resources for us and be happy with, uh, a couple of loaves of sourdough and a platter of cookies, or for one particular guy, it was a case of Keystone Light. Yeah. Um, and there with that private land, the stuff that is still huntable, it's kind of been a twofold thing. It's in Idaho, they legalized guiding for waterfowl. There's a long moratorium where guiding was legal, but there's a moratorium on issuing of outfitter licenses. And it had long been the discussion in the waterfowl community that if you allow guiding and outfitting for waterfowl in Idaho, like the game for common man is over.
Okay, so you're saying that there were no waterfowl guides, or that
There were two.
two,
There were
two in the
two that
whole
were
state?
grandfathered in, yeah, and I
Okay.
think they were like in the Sun Valley area, right? Like hoity-toity, you know,
And when did
yeah.
that change? When did they open the doors?
I don't know a year, but maybe 10 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago. And so you have a combination of other people who had permission on the same properties we did that would bring in, 8-man crews of, and there's still houses next to these fields. They aren't 400-acre fields. Like, our agriculture in Idaho is not like the Midwest where, there's big sections. There might be someone's house, like they're going to hear you. You've got 8 shotguns going off, you
Yeah, you're
know.
confined to a little river corridor where that's where the ag is, and that's
Yeah,
where a lot of people want to live as well.
it's where a lot of people want to live. They've got their ranchettes, and you know, it's not just farmers living in these communities. And one by one, it's talking to these landowners. And in fact, there was one particular guy. He was trying to blow himself up on social media too, who multiple times, like, he was the last guy to hunt there because he'd leave behind, ruts in the field and candy wrappers and shotgun holes and wounded birds and, right, just a shit show.
Hmm.
And he would just invite anybody and everybody, like this idea that the more guns, the better, because you can get a bigger pile.
Hmm.
Which personally I think kind of robs you the experience. Like, you don't even know what birds you're shooting when it's just pure pandemonium, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just a kill fest. So you had a pattern of bad behavior. Um, and people there were some big busts with guys, shooting over limits, and there were a group of guys that the Fish and Game had under surveillance for quite a while. And they were breaking every rule in the book, like shooting after legal hours and shooting over their limit and
And this
using
is all for context. This is what time frame are we talking about now in your area of the world that this change was taking place?
this was kind of all around that a decade ago when I
Okay.
was doing a lot of waterfowl hunting in dry fields. Uh,
The golden era of waterfowl hunting for you.
yeah.
Okay.
And like this particular group, like they were using radios to communicate. Like they'd have a guy a mile or two away on a hill who would say, "Hey, Fish and Game's coming, knock it off," you know.
Mm.
Yeah. They
What would they be knocking off?
they'd stop shooting, right? And then they'd bury the birds that were over their limit, stuff them under
Oh,
the seats of their truck or
okay.
and so Fish and Game finally got them, and some of these guys lost their licenses for a couple of years, and you know, some of the landowners in that community they may not have a strong stance on it's like, yeah, go ahead, go shoot birds in my field, right? Like to them, they could care less.
About the law, like,
Right. But
yeah.
as soon as your behavior brings in a whole horde of police officers into your field,
Oh,
right?
oh, yeah,
We're done. Right.
yeah.
And then
That's
that particular place, right? The next year, an outfitter shows up with a check because guiding's legal now. Right. And he's like, sweet. I've got someone to police these guys and I can make some money. And who can blame him?
oh,
You know?
you can't.
Yeah. Like no family farmers getting rich off of agriculture these days. So
They're getting a shitload of subsidies, that's for sure.
yeah, there are some who are doing very well. Yeah. It's definitely being consolidated uh in this valley. But
Yeah,
you know, it's just it's really sad to me, and it's one of those things I talked about where it's just like in if this is what makes me an elitist, then fine, call me an elitist. But like, there's just this complete absence of any kind of moral compass, or it's just a grotesque form of killing that I just can't be down with.
yeah,
Like I'm just not on the same wavelength.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and
Yeah, it's a weird thing to think about. Or it's a hard thing for me to get my head around because I like to go out and shoot a limit of ducks. It rarely
yeah,
happens. I'm not a big waterfowl guy. A
right.
lot of times I'll go out and get one or two. And then sometimes I'll go out with five guys and we'll shoot 25 geese and I'll half wish we had,
Yeah,
you know. but when we on the rare occasion where we've got a limit, 5 or 6 guys and get a limit of ducks, that's pretty freaking fun. So
yeah,
but at the same time I'm not gonna do it I'm not gonna break the law to get it done. And I'm certainly not gonna shoot more than I'm entitled to by law, you know. Um I'm certainly not going to do it for many days in a row. Um,
yeah.
and I'm definitely not going to do it to brag about it on social media. So I don't know. What do you like? Do you would do you stop shooting before you get your limit, Bill? Or
Uh, there are definitely there. think that brings up another thing where it's if you want the quality of hunting to be good with waterfowl, it's highly dependent on hunting pressure, right?
Just like everything, I would.
Just like everything else, and the birds learn. And so often if there's a particular spot, a good hole on the water or something that, it may be a roost or something like that, and they would call that riding the hole. So like I like to get in and
Call
get out.
what do you call riding the hole?
So like say you shoot 2 or 3 birds and the hunt isn't maybe as great as you expected, you always hope for birds just pouring in your lap. Get a limit, you know, get a limit in half an hour, pack up your decoys and leave so that the rest of the birds can
Come
rest
in and they're
in
not.
that spot.
Yeah,
And it's just
they're not suspicious. You got a whole
right.
pack of birds that you didn't even educate.
Right, exactly. And then it just gives you or someone else that opportunity to hunt it another day.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's and there are some unspoken rules that have existed for a long time in waterfowl that I think have been eroded. Just they're completely gone where it's just this relentless pursuit from sun up to sundown where you got one guy who's riding the hole all day, and it pushes the bird somewhere else. And then a lot of hunting areas here are, fairly accessible by road. And so you'll have guys who are road hunter jump shooting.
Mm.
Sometimes they don't even bother to get out of the vehicle.
Really?
Sometimes they don't bother to step off of the road. And so in Idaho, the law is that you have to be off of, I believe, the shoulder and the embankment of the road to discharge a firearm at wildlife.
Oh,
For a lot of people, that's too much.
that
But
takes
it's
that takes some talent to like wing shoot a duck out of your truck. Um,
not when it's on
plus
the
it would be
water.
loud as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know a dude that well, he's dead now, but this guy I know, he was out with some friends of his, and they were at night, and they were jacklighting bunnies.
right.
And so picture this: there's a guy in the back seat on the driver's side, and he gets out and lays his
Oh,
rifle
he
on the.
shot through the hood.
He lays his right. No, he lays
Okay.
his rifle on the roof to shoot over the car at the bunny. And right when he shoots, this dude in the passenger side, so he's shooting, towards the passenger, gets out of the back seat, stands up, and shoots him in the back of the head and kills him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know why I'm telling you that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I just came to mind.
no, I mean, I don't wish that on anybody, but
No.
that I will say that kind of behavior and unsafe gun handling seem to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, just like what I've witnessed in my binoculars, or with
Oh,
guys.
if you had it,
It's
there's got to be a very high, strong, positive correlation between how sketchy your behavior is in general with the law
yeah, you might
and
have
all
if you have
that,
a
and how
cavalier,
safe you are,
right? You have a cavalier attitude about the law. You may also have a cavalier attitude about the definition.
firearm safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a warning. I got a warning a couple days ago from a game warden because I didn't have my fishing license with me.
Oh, you're bad.
You know what's crazy? I felt so guilty.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It was
would
a,
too.
I felt guilty and embarrassed,
Yeah.
like a lot of embarrassment.
Right.
Um, I think the reason it was because my emotional immune system was down because I didn't sleep well the night before, and I had a few drinks at this wedding,
Right.
and so I couldn't just when I don't get don't get good sleep and drink a little bit, then the next day I can't just shake stuff off as well. So I just
Yeah.
felt super guilty. Here's the crazy thing: my buddy Miles was just telling me last night. I was telling him he had me over for dinner, and I was telling him about this. He said, "Well, dude, you can download
Your license. Yeah.
the Fish Wildlife and Parks app, and then right there is your proof of license." So I should have
Yeah.
just said to him, "Oh, give me 2 seconds. I got to download the app real quick."
Yeah. Good luck. The app might not work though. Because they probably use the same company we have in Idaho.
Oh, well, I think it would have. I had 5 bars. I'm
Yeah.
doing a
Oh,
great,
okay.
yeah, I think it would have worked fine.
I never trust ours because it's really glitchy.
So when I,
It'll like unsync from my phone too.
oh, so when I see this guy next, and I'm going to see him this weekend, this weekend, we're having a pint night fundraiser for Hunters for Access, and he's going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to bust his balls a little bit. Like, Greg,
You didn't tell me there was an app.
how, how is it? What would you? I would love to. I'd pay $100 to be able to go back to that moment and say, "Oh, give me a quick second. I just got to download the app and I can show you." Because he was like, most guys just have it on their phone, or they keep a copy in their tackle
Yeah.
box.
He didn't put a
So
lot of effort into it.
I could be like, I don't have it on my phone, Greg, but give me a quick sec and then I will.
Yeah. Well, just show it to me.
He could listen to this. I hope he doesn't, but if he does, I love this kid. He's a great kid, and I don't
Yeah.
begrudge him at all. It's just a little
Oh,
odd to me that because I didn't have the app downloaded, I got a warning. It made me feel guilty and
well,
embarrassed.
well, you ought to know. That's at the end of the day, right?
I've never claimed to be like a stickler for following the law.
Sure.
That's not that's not people think of me. I've been accused of being like the hunting ethics Nazi. It's just not my position.
You can accuse me of that one.
Yeah, fine. You can be that. I'm just not.
I'm, I'm
I'm
an
not. I
elitist.
mean, I try to follow the law. I
Right.
got a ticket once for not having a federal duck stamp when I was 19.
I did when I was 18, I got a citation. It was kind of it was gray area, but for shooting doves after legal light. And the reason I say it was gray area is I was not shooting, but my two friends around me sure as hell were.
Oh,
And we had not checked when legal shooting light was, but I learned from it. Like I truly learned from it, regardless of if I was could have gotten off with it if I decided to fight it in court.
yeah.
Is no longer has any bearing, it completely changed my behavior. You bet your ass I check when shooting light is. So in a way, like I got a spanking, but I'm appreciative for the enforcement guy because I don't want other people doing that, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, and I am all about following the laws. It's just I think that the threats to hunting are are just so much greater than following the law.
Right. Well,
You
I think in
know,
a lot of ways, people's untasteful behavior right? more than infractions. I'm not talking about big poaching, but like infractions. But like you've talked about, you can follow all the laws, but you post a bear picture that gets a lot of traction on the internet, and that leads to hunting bans, right?
Yeah.
That's not tasteful.
I'd say the biggest threats to hunting are legal, not illegal,
Yes,
by far.
right. I mean, illegal behavior
That's
though
a good
directly
T-shirt.
affects.
We should make it.
Yeah, but I mean, that shit negatively affects my hunting constantly. Like the 4-wheeler
Yeah, yeah,
shenanigans that
yeah, 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 yeah,
I know.
yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Aubrey's seen the restraint that I've shown with these people. Like, are you gonna talk to them? I'm not gonna fucking talk to them now. Like, there's a threshold that I've passed. One thing that I did not mention on the last episode, this was years ago, but speaking of poor hunter behavior, was a time that I'd taken a friend and we were putting a stalk on some deer and we were pinned down by rifle bullets from some dude just taking pot shots at skyline deer.
unreal.
Unfucking real.
You've had more near-death experiences. Well, I guess the last ones you were talking about weren't near-death experiences, but
No.
just more people shooting around you than anybody I know. Like other hunters just blazing away next to your tent and now shooting over your head.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. I mean, some of them were pretty close and like we were behind a rock and
Could you hear it going pew by you like in the war movies?
well, it makes a crack because
Uh-huh.
it's breaking the sound barrier. So it's the sonic boom and it goes crack and then you hear boom, crack, boom. And it was over 20 shots. It was fucking wild. So after this, shooting clears up. He actually scared more deer to us. And I shot a deer and we're processing it in the bottom of the canyon. And this guy walks by and he goes, "Huh, I think I shot at that deer earlier this morning." And I'm quartering it and, I've got blood on my hands and a knife in my hands. And I stand up and I take a step and I was wearing suspenders and I felt a pull from them. And it was my buddy Brandon. He grabbed a handful and he pulled me back gently, like, because
Because you felt as though you were going to accost the guy?
I was ready to grab that dude's rifle and just smash it into a million fucking pieces on
Did
the
you
ground.
tell him that he was shooting perilously close to you?
After I felt the pull, I just bit my tongue and turned
Okay.
around, let my buddy do the talking. Yeah.
But you guys informed him that.
My buddy did. Yeah.
Uh,
I turned back to the deer and just went back to quartering because it was not going to end well if I had opened my mouth. So,
I had an experience like that, not hunting, but there's a place I take my llamas to exercise them just outside of town. There's a lot of shooting that goes on there. And
yeah.
I was coming back towards the parking lot from this hike up in the hills. These guys are shooting. And I hear bullets whizzing by me. It was freaking terrifying. And I was like, hey, hey, you know,
Yeah.
and they promptly got in their truck and left.
Fuck.
Like I I must have terrified them just by, yelling, "You're shooting near me."
Good grief. Yeah. Firearm safety's pretty bad.
That was bad because they were shooting up a trail, like in the vicinity toward up the direction of a trail that a lot of people use.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Wild West. Yeah, I guess I got us off track a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, really, with with waterfowl hunting behavior, it is so negatively affected the hunting quality because you have a few small corridors where waterfowl are, and it's just this relentless onset. Just between guys doing what I call riding the hole, and then you'll have
Okay, writing that means that they
they're
just
gonna sit there and shoot one
all
bird
day,
an
no
hour
matter.
all day long,
Okay,
and they will do it every fucking day. Like
and
there are some lines that it'll have dudes in it all day, and as soon as someone's out, you might have another guy move in.
what your plan, what you do is get in there, and as soon as the birds stop coming in there real hot and fast, you leave.
Get out, yeah. I will say to a certain extent, at some
Is
point,
it a
you're like,
time of day thing? Like I'm staying here till 9 a.m. no matter what, and then I'm leaving. Or
yeah, it could be. It depends. I mean, a lot of it is knowing the hole, like knowing the spot, what time the birds come back, and you know, I don't have a set time or a set rule, but
okay,
it's definitely nuanced, right? But there have definitely been times where it seems so burned down, and it's like, well, if I get out of here, like, there's a dude riding the whole upriver from me and downriver from me, so what's the fucking difference anymore?
hmm
So it's just
what
like,
you're trying to do with not riding the hole is like, okay, we came in here, we caused this disturbance. Now let's leave and let the critters do their deal so that they're still inclined to use this area tomorrow for the next day.
right, right. I mean, otherwise they'll just go roost out in the middle of a giant reservoir and fly into dry fields in the dark.
Yeah,
You know,
that makes sense to me.
their response to hunting pressure is, as you pointed out, the same as other animals. They just become unhuntable at some point. But
Yeah, the only way you're going to ever make progress with that is by laws.
yeah,
You know,
I mean,
they had a
unfortunately,
law that
but
you'll hunt until 10 a.m.
there
You
are
know,
certain refuges, to my knowledge, that have rules like that. And, they're able to sustain high bird numbers, and they'll cycle days. But God,
oh, so there'll be no
yeah,
hunt days.
yeah, like Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays are the only days, or something like that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, why we're recruiting more hunters, and like one example is I have a friend who lives. Their house is on a prominent river, and they're hunters, but like their appetite for waterfowl hunting is just like ever so quickly diminishing because over the years it's just more and more. There's a road that goes next to the river across from their house, and like every fucking day they'll see guys stop right across from their house, jump shoot a bird with no plan to retrieve. They might pepper the house. It's just like this non-stop onslaught.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just all out. It's like a fucking war on ducks. And it's just like, and the same guys will hunt the same hole like day in and day out. I don't know what they do for work, because
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it's just, it's
It sounds
craziness. And
miserable for the hunters and the ducks.
yeah. And anyone who lives in those areas, I've been at commissioner meetings where people live on sections of the river, and they're like, you know, February 1st is the greatest day of the year for us because we can go out into our lawns again. Because dudes are pelting their houses with shot, all like every fucking day of the season, And it's like they don't even wait till the birds show up, or it's like just doesn't matter. But
wait, what do you mean they don't wait till the birds show up?
Like till birds migrate, like they'll choose. It doesn't matter. There's a particular guy who's set up within 50 yards of me and my buddy. And we're like, essentially, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, I hunt this every Friday. I've been doing this for 5 years. Like, dude, you got beat. But sure as shit, we call it Trailer Park Island now because the guy has a white trailer that he drives up. And sure as shit, like clockwork, he's there every Friday. And someone can beat him to the hole, and he'll just move to the spot 50 yards away.
Yeah.
Which is just like his strategies. I'm just going to be the asshole. And this was just not a thing that I experienced in waterfowl hunting when I was younger, where if I beat someone to a spot, they show up in their boat and they're like, oh man, you beat me. Good on you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or if I get beat to a spot, which is pretty rare, but that's the same thing. Like, I'll be there an hour early next time, but
yeah. The only way any of this matters is if we do something about it. I don't know. I guess the thing I say is this is a consequence of too much demand for too little resource. And the thing that just blows me away is that we still do hunting promotion. We still try to get people.
Yeah.
Ducks Unlimited is still trying to recruit more hunters.
Well,
duck hunters are still putting out attractive content and trying to get other people to.
Yeah. I've always said duck hunting brings out the worst people, like the worst of the hunting community. I mean, just the fucking trash left behind, just the slobbery overall.
So duck hunters are the worst.
I think absolutely
worse than wild boar. The feral hog.
I don't know. I haven't been to Texas. I don't consider that hunting though, but
I mean just the grotesque shit that those people put online.
Yeah. Look, if someone is trapping animals and you're shooting it in an enclosure, yeah, that's a different category. There's probably a lot of crossover.
I just saw this. Yeah, and they're not always in an enclosure. I just saw this video where this dude blows up a wild hog. He has a bait pile out with dynamite underneath it and just freaking sends this thing spinning in the air in circles, probably 50 yards in the air, and you can hear it grunting.
That's so cruel.
Yeah.
Most of these paid hog hunting operations, they are transplanted hogs.
Oh, really?
Like, yes, they're either in an enclosure or they're just like released on the landscape.
Man, I'm afraid that that's the kind of statement that might get me an email, a negative email.
You're going to. I'm going to get
a shitload of feral hogs out there that people hunt.
But I mean, one of my opinions is that
a lot of times they're trying to get rid of it.
Texas does not. This is going to get you emails. Texas does not have a hog problem.
They have a hog. Here comes the emails.
Yeah.
No, I don't
My
care.
email is no, but
I'm gonna send these emails to you to respond to.
It has been so commodified that states like Missouri their solution has, and this is something I've been told by someone who grew up in Missouri. So the rules may have changed, but Missouri does not have a hog problem like Texas does. I don't know how much has changed since my friend lived there, but the policy was there that if you're hunting and you see a hog, you do not shoot the hog. They will send out but report the hog to your game agency, and they will send out professional trappers who will trap the entire family unit. But
So they don't want you to shoot the hog because it'd be more effective to leave the hog undisturbed and bring in people to get
right,
the. Well,
right,
yeah, there's also this. So in Montana, it's illegal to shoot feral hogs. And the reason is because they're afraid that because they're starting to infiltrate wild hogs, this is
yeah.
crazy, are starting to infiltrate Montana, not from the south as one might expect, but from Canada.
Oh, no kidding.
And they're afraid if they allow people to shoot them, then people will become incentivized to make the environment hospitable to them and
Yep,
to create hunting opportunities. So
yep,
so they made it illegal to shoot them. Like maybe they
yep.
put out food sources for them to encourage them or whatever.
They do hog feeders in Texas.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's my controversial stance. But uh, I mean, it is so commodified there. That the strategy of hunting for hogs has shown it's like trying to get rid of coyotes by shooting them. That it
right.
right, they'll breed more pups. But in a lot of ways, it's harder than coyotes. You can target coyotes during a certain time of year and reduce their population in a small region. But um,
Have you heard of these outfits that trap shitloads of hogs and then they send them to a fattening operation?
no.
Yeah, that's a thing. And then
But they're removing them from the landscape. They're not releasing them for
no,
shooters.
yeah, they trap them and then
Yeah,
put them in a confined feeding operation and
right.
then slaughter them and sell the meat.
Great. Yeah, use it as a food source. I mean, that's more effective, but yeah, a lot of these helicopter hog shooting operations, it's trap and release.
Trap and
Yeah.
they spay or neuter them and then release them.
No, no, no. It's
Oh,
professional
they release them in
rounding up. Yeah.
places where they're trying to get them going to hunt.
Yeah, and then you fly around.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild. I had no
I've
idea.
talked to enough guys that have gone to Texas for hog hunting too, and I point blank say like where the hogs released, and it's always like this sheepish. Yeah, yeah, they release them there.
Oh, huh. Kind of like the cats at your buddy's place.
They don't get released.
Well, but you have this theory that somebody else is releasing them in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a mixture of farm cats and the Humane Society program. If you just turn them loose, they like neuter the cats and turn them loose.
Yeah. With which I guess it's just it makes sense to me. They're not gonna, you know, create more cats. And
Right.
if if you're working for an organization or you yourself are squeamish about you don't feel right killing the cat. It seems
Yeah.
like a logical I can completely get behind that. That is
Yeah,
totally it's not how I handle it, obviously.
right,
I started out
right,
this discussion by saying I just offed one, but I'm
right.
sympathetic to that as a solution.
I am sympathetic. Yeah, I'm against policies that promote it, but I lived next to a sweet neighbor who was involved in that, and she was nice enough to understand that I disagreed with her, but that lady has a heart for animals. It's just unbelievable.
It's a fucking it's a fuckload better than just letting them breed at
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just not effective, but yeah. Anyways, we're we've tangented.
Oh,
Well,
I never have an agenda when I get on these.
yeah,
Well, once in a while when I'm doing an episode that's well researched, I do. But those
sure.
take so much effort.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that wonders if we just did 3 podcasts a year, but they were really well researched, would we have a bigger impact?
Be more effective, perhaps.
Like Hardcore History. You ever listen to Dan Carlin?
No, I'll check it out. Put it down in my notes.
Yeah, he releases episodes every 3-4 months or more. And
It's down.
yeah. So I don't know. Is the weekend
Yeah, I think talking about waterfowl hunting in some ways, there's just get out there with the gun. In some ways, there are lower barriers of entry, and the recruitment efforts for it are it's just wild. It's like, oh yeah, just take a shotgun and some waders and, you can go hunt ducks. And I think what I talk about certain unspoken rules, right? I mean, they're ethics to preserve the wildlife, look out for the wildlife, and also to be considerate of other hunters. None of these R3 efforts are teaching people these kinds of ethics,
no,
right? And
no.
some of them are so blatantly obvious, and some of them are more nuanced that, things you don't learn until you've been hunting for decades, where, you know, before people get into the tradition by it being passed on. One of the areas I did have mentorship in was in waterfowl hunting. A a older gentleman who's a local guy who's a phenomenal decoy carver, like artist that, he's well known as a decoy carver, and also is a pretty passionate waterfowl hunter. And he, really instilled some ethics in me and my brothers as we were getting into it. And, it had a profound impact on, I guess, how we turned out as hunters.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's Instagramified and your knowledge of duck hunting is from some reels, it really perverts the whole experience and the incentives to do it. And, I think you had an episode kind of talking about this, people posting things with like wounded ducks sitting on that they're petting and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, I've seen 3 or 4 clips of different hunters like playing around with wounded birds in the last year.
right. This is
How
something that
the hell you let that
right.
happen? Let that happen, let alone film it. So you do it. That's mind-boggling to me. You're not.
Yeah.
Your priority isn't dispatching the bird. That is mind-boggling. Then that you film it is another level of me being aghast. And then that you put it out there for the world to see is another just mind-blowing revelation.
Mind blowing. In the community of people who go duck hunting is just full of, I mean, you would not believe how many people just poo-poo that. Like, oh, who cares? It's a duck.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah. I don't understand the mindset of that kind of individual.
Yeah, like there's this hierarchy of
Like
animals and rights they
there
have.
just is a lot of, there's a lot of people out there. Like this video I was just telling you about where the guy dynamites this pig and it goes up in the air. It's got more
Yeah,
likes and comments than anything I'll ever post. You
right.
know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there that have this freaking bloodlust, you know.
Yeah.
They think what I enjoy watching UFC, and so I should be able to identify better, you know. So I'll watch two guys beat the
At
shit out
least
of
they're
each
two
other.
consenting humans,
Yeah,
though.
right, right. Yeah, and there are people that just love to watch animals
I can't tell
in
you
distress.
how many times I've watched guys shoot a duck and then pump 5, 6 more shots in it as it goes down. You can hear them laughing.
Oh, yeah, that's who.
I
Then
mean,
what? You gonna eat it? You gonna eat that?
no, of course
You
not.
know.
I mean,
Um.
every year, you find piles, especially ducks, and I think a lot of it has to do with little effort in caring about how to prepare them. I mean, and it's work too, right? But you'll every year there's a press release, at least one, about Fish and Game found 150 ducks or 200 ducks discarded in a canal somewhere, or because
Yeah.
guys are their only goal is to get a pile of birds, and yeah, it's bloodlust, and they don't want to put in the effort to process them into food, and there's so many guys that hunt waterfowl that are like, oh, I don't like how they taste, so I
Yeah.
give them or
Yeah.
feed it to the dog, and yeah.
Yeah. I just can't imagine getting up early in the morning and going and sitting in a blind to shoot a creature that I'm just gonna
Yeah,
then throw away.
it's crazy.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah, you
And
cook
I
some
don't
good
know how
duck.
you. Oh, thanks. I don't know how do you make it so there aren't that kind of those kind of people.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
what do you do? Not that they don't
right, we
exist,
we
but
keep talking about
make it
R3.
so those people. How do you change hearts and minds? People that just have this undeveloped sense of what it is to be a hunter. You
Right,
know.
right. I mean, yeah, it's a problem of R3, and our Fish and Game Agency has made Hunter's Ed an online program, which
Mm,
is a fucking joke.
yeah.
You have to wait 90 seconds or something to go to the next module, you know, but it's a joke. It's for anyone who's
Oh,
taken it.
meaning like you can't just click through them real quick.
Yeah, they
Okay.
try to force the attention,
Yeah.
but I, you know,
They can't.
that's
They don't do that with the test. The kids still pass. The
well, the test, dude. You can,
students still pass the test. Okay, you can just. It's
yeah,
a.
you can just have your phone out, right? Like
Oh, okay.
that's what everybody. But I mean, there's something different about that experience and the experience I had as a 12-year old taking hunter's education, and the mentorship that I got from my instructors, who were two guys that were genuinely enthusiastic about bringing up a quality next generation of hunters.
Mm-hmm.
They,
Right.
in fact, they said something to the effect of, "Hey, you guys signed up for this class. The state mandates it's 15 hours or something. Well, our class is 25. So if you don't like it, you can sign up for the next one." Something to that effect.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, I'll never forget. those two guys.
With
They,
go ahead.
it's just, yeah, but now it's like, well, we Fish and Game, we want to make it easier for people to
Right,
get into
right,
hunting.
right.
I mean, this is a conversation I've had with their R3 person, is lowering the barrier to entry. And it's like, guys, come on. I'm getting fucking shot at. Like, there's got to some some threshold for people to get into shooting animals with guns.
Yeah. I don't know about fish and game management, R3 efforts as much, but my my take on the nonprofits is that there's very little in terms of any kind of ethics uh, involved in their recruitment and training. It'll be how to skin a deer, how to gut a deer, shooting lessons. Uh, I even like when I used to be involved with BHA, they asked me to do a llama packing seminar, but
Right.
there's not a um, I guess they just assume it's covered in hunter safety, but a lot of things aren't.
Right.
There's
So
never a
I
don't what did you call it? Don't babysit the hole or
don't ride the hole.
don't ride the hole. There's not
Yeah.
don't ride the hole or
Yeah.
don't if somebody gets there before you, you have to find a different place to go. There's not one of those seminars.
My experience at BHA, because like that, it was, as I think your influence kind of woke me up in a way, but I definitely had some doubts. But like, I was teaching the Learn to Hunt program, and I remember one of the times saying like, look, I'm not trying to get any more people to hunt. You assholes are getting people to take this class. And if I would rename it, it would be Learn How to Not Hunt Like an Asshole.
Yeah.
They,
If you insist on hunting, I wish
yeah.
you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Don't hunt like an asshole.
Yeah. I have some good friends, that I learned that were students. But But one of the things that opened my eyes about that was like, make sure you hit up these gear companies and give the students discount codes. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and after a while, and then I hear your first podcast, I guess not your first podcast, but your Meat Eater podcast.
And
And then I
it
first
helped
podcast.
it helped awaken you from your
It
dogmatic
did. I
slumber.
mean, I've always
That's
wrestled
awesome.
with this, but
Yeah, it's like once
it's
you
like,
see it, it can't be unseen, you know?
yeah. Yeah, and I had friends that we discussed like, this hunting industry is like not good for us for a long time, but
Hmm. Right. Right. It's like sometimes it just takes somebody else saying it in a public way for
yeah,
you to connect all the dots. If there was
yeah,
anybody that was ever going to do that, it would be me because I just had this natural disdain for all this shit, for all of it, the
right.
nonsense, and then I was adjacent to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that just think all the hype and commercialization is BS, but they're not adjacent to it, so they can't put a voice to it because nobody
Yeah.
would listen. It's not like anybody's really listening to us, a few people, but
They're tuned out now.
yeah.
I'm the elitist asshole. So.
Oh, dude, nobody can say something in public without getting maligned.
Oh, you're gonna get emails about Texas hog hunting, so I'm sorry, but
no, I'm just gonna forward those on to you.
y'all take them.
Our feral hogs are wild.
And so
All
are impalas.
Yeah. All right. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna go eat some of my wild asparagus.
Yeah, dude, absolutely enjoy.
Make my pee stink.
Yeah. Well, I guess my last message is don't be an asshole. Don't ride the hole.
Okay.
If you're a
That's
duck hunter in Idaho, pick up your trash.
don't be an asshole. That's the title of this episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Phil. Till next time. You're going to be
Yeah.
getting an email from me. I'm putting together a Hunt Quietly meeting that I hope you can participate in. So
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to call you to discuss some ideas I have offline one of these days.
Oh, please do.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need more than anything is good ideas. So please do.
Well, there's a saying that good ideas are cheap in engineering. Everyone approaches the mechanical engineer with a good idea that they can get rich on. It all takes work, right?
Okay.
Like for invention. But anyway.
Good ideas are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the implementation that's the tough part. But
yes, always.
But you need a small number of good ideas that you can pursue
and implement. Yes.
So, all right. Good night.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt.